40 million people face hunger in the United States today, including more than 12 million children and more than 5 million seniors. The numbers are much bigger in the whole world. Feeding America's mission is to feed America's hungry through a nationwide network of member food banks and engage our country in the fight to end hunger. Most people don't realize how much food they throw away every day, from uneaten leftovers to spoiled produce. In 2015, we disposed 37.6 million tons of food waste. By managing food sustainability and reducing waste, we can help business and consumers save money, provide a bridge in our communities for those who do not have enough to eat, and conserve resources for future generations. The goal of Project Demolish Hunger is to make the user realize the value of the food that we waste without any hesitation and how a little bit of contribution towards food bank can help for unfortunate chronic hungry people. Let's watch the 3-minute immersive Project Demolish Hunger. Welcome. Stare at the. You are now in a typical restaurant. Here you'll be shown the amount of food that people waste every day in a restaurant. If you look at your right, you can see somebody left their food and didn't even bother throwing it away in the bin. People typically buy way more food than they can eat, and they usually buy it in a rush, and when they have to go, they just go for their work. Now let's move a little bit forward. On your left, you can see that the gentleman cannot finish all his food and is planning on throwing it away. He didn't even realize that his banana fell on the ground a while ago. On your right, you can see that the group bought way more food than they can finish. Food in the United States in general is cheap, and fortunate people does not think about buying one extra piece for themselves and throwing it away if they don't have the appetite. Now let's walk towards the garbage. You can see the amount of food wasted in the garbage ahead of you and also on your left. An enormous amount of food is wasted or thrown out at restaurants all across the country every single day. The piece of chicken you couldn't eat or the pancakes that the table next to you couldn't finish goes all to the garbage. According to a report from NPR, a half a pound of food is wasted for every meal that is created in the restaurant. Now you are brought to the front counter of the restaurant for a message. Read the message above on the TV screens. Now let's look at the poor people. On your very left is an unfortunate who doesn't have $2 to buy the biscuit that he wants. Up next on the left corner, there's a group of children running after one burger. Straight ahead of you is a lady who couldn't buy a chicken for her daughter despite working all day. Next on your right corner is a homeless guy. The food that you wasted in the restaurant could make up all his meal for the day. On the very right is an unfortunate who is on the verge of dying of chronic hunger. More than 821 million people suffer chronic hunger around the world. Now let's feed people and earn some happiness score. Stare at the buttons as the circle completes to feed the poor or the rich. Try out feeding both poor and the rich and see how it affects the happiness score. As you might have realized, feeding the poor increases your score by 10 and feeding the rich only increases your score by 1. This means feeding a little bit to the poor with a little bit of money makes them really happy, while feeding the rich doesn't satisfy their needs, making them want even more. It only takes 50 cents to feed a hungry young unfortunate child for a day. Let's not waste food and help Feeding America demolish hunger. Feeding America distributes 4.3 billion meals each year through food pantries and meal programs. Contact your local food bank to know more about assistance programs. Thank you for watching the short video.